Is this working?
Yeah, and make sure the addresses and whatnot are covered.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So let's see. Should I use a right here? Okay. Yeah, go. That's good. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay, so now, is this StreamYard is on? Okay, I see. Good. All right, so it's on Mozilla. Okay, this is live, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, greetings, YouTube land, and welcome to a very special Christmas package opening. And I'm joined. This is different because normally, with my package openings, I'm by myself. This time, okay, I'm with my very dear friend Sean, aka Slipcover King. Please head on over to Sean's channel. As you can see it's right there. You can see he's with me right now, and you can see how it's spelled and everything. 2 words, Slipcover King. Please head on over to his channel, show him some love and support, even though he may not have like a whole lot of videos. He does have some up, small clippets of games and other movie related stuff, as well as our top 75 hangout videos, our StreamYard hangout videos, which we still have to complete. There's at least like 2 or 3 more episodes left of that. So you can catch those over there. Subscribe to him, show him your support. If anything, support a great, great guy. So Sean, he sent me this package right here. And I mean, look at this. I did not expect it to be this vast size. This is crazy. You can see this. I don't know if you can. Wait, is this important information on that side? Okay, no, this is not.
No, I think it's just an Amazon thing.
Okay, like
I had to scrounge around for an old Amazon box.
Okay, yeah, it says, yeah, multifunctional rice cooker. So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is just great. Look at the scale of this. I don't know if you can see this. And I know, Sean, that you sent me a picture of it, but you can't really get the scale unless, you know what I mean? Like the true size of it, unless you really see it, up close and personal, which is, now it's in my hands. So look at that. I've really no idea what's in here. Well, I guess I have a little idea because of the stuff that you asked me to, like send you pictures and a list of certain titles from certain labels that I have. And I did that. So I kind of have like a little idea. I'm not going to bother bringing it up because we're going to open it up here and we're going to look and see, what all is in here. I got to thank you for this, Sean, for this generous Christmas package here.
Yeah.
Yours will be coming.
I'm fairly certain that you don't own any of the titles. I mean, just based off that, like none of them were in your pictures or anything like that. So unless you have them like hidden somewhere.
Yeah, that's really the problem. I have so much. I don't remember everything I have and every nook and cranny. Sometimes I forgot where, like, I have some over there. You know what I mean? It's placed everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you guys all see just this, but there's stuff everywhere, like in front of me that you don't see, and in the corners and stuff like that, and down on the floor and under my desk. So it's a lot more than what you see, and I think you can imagine that, Sean, because
Yeah.
you know yours is spread out, so yours is at least nice because you got shelves and you have the connects shelf that you constructed. I don't have that much room here, and I got to try to remedy that. And as the years went by, I just gathered so much stuff that it's just so much. And when I think I want to start keeping them, it's just so much. I don't have the space to kind of spread things out, so it just sort of gathered in certain areas. And then plus I have that OCD problem, so I'm very it's hard to explain, but I'm just very careful with my stuff. I'll just say that, but it's to a like a pretty abnormal degree. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Where's my opener? Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, the way it opens is a little weird.
Okay. Do I? Okay, I see what the tape thing is. So it doesn't open from the top or nothing.
It opens from the top. It's just like a flap.
Oh, like a flap. Yeah. Okay. But I meant like not in the center, and then it opens up.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. So again, guys, Slipcover King, please head on over to his channel. Check out the stuff that he has, and check out our top 75 that we've done together, as well as there are other things, other topics that we've talked about where we did a hangout, not just the top 75. Check those out and just hit the subscribe button. I mean, it honestly doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to hit that. It doesn't do anything bad for you guys. If anything, at the very least, I guess it's one of those better to have one and not need it than to need it and not have one. A little words of the wise that I learned from Aliens versus Predators, right? You're not going to need that gun. We're just exploring, we're just tomb raiding, exploring a pyramid, so you're not going to need the gun, Well, I have an old saying.
Yeah, I will say, I think there will be a few surprises in there.
Okay.
And like some that we didn't discuss.
Oh, really? Okay. So let's see.
But I'm 100% confident that you don't own them.
Okay.
Like we're talking about, you mentioned it once like a year ago.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Careful.
Yeah. Okay, so all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward opening it because there's a styrofoam piece on the top.
Oh yeah, okay. So all right, so I'll do it like this.
Yeah, you might want to have to put that on the floor to
Yeah,
get all the titles out.
I think I'm gonna do that. So maybe I'm gonna have to put the box in front. Okay, there we go. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I'm sure we got room. Yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, I'm sort of like in an angle, but it's okay. All right, so now let us see what you have sent me, Sean. Oh boy, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me put the mouse over there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh God, oh Jesus, I can see a bunch of Disney stuff. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at these. I don't have any of these. Okay. We have The Fox and the Hound 1 and 2. Absolutely love this one. We're the best of friends by that owl. I love that. And it's Todd and let's say, do you remember the names of Todd and
I can't remember.
I think Todd was the fox, and I can't remember the name of the dog. It doesn't say. But anyways, yeah, this
Copper.
is Copper. That's it. Todd and Copper. Copper's the dog. They met when they were just kids, and they didn't even know. And that's why the owl, when he saw them two playing together, when she saw, she said, like, yeah, little do they know, when they grow up, you know, the hound hunts the fox, you know. So, but for now, when they're kids, they are the best of friends. So I'm so glad I finally own this. I have, I think I have just the VHS of this one, maybe even the DVD, but I can't recall. But I do not have it on Blue. So this is absolutely fantastic that I have this now. So thank you. With the slip, no less. So
Yeah, you're gonna notice everything there has a slip.
I love it. I love it. And we have, I love Sherlock Holmes. You know, and this is The Great Mouse Detective, and this is based off of I believe, the Basil Wallace, or it could just be Sherlock Holmes in general, but I like to say it's like, because I think it's not Basil Wallace. Basil Wallace is a Screwface. Basil Rathbone, not Basil Wallace. Basil Rathbone. I think it's the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes, and I think maybe he's the voice of him. But let me see. I don't know if it's even gonna mention. If there's a way you can look these up, Sean, to see if it's Basil Rathbone that voiced the mouse, which for some reason I can't remember his name. It's not. His name is not Sherlock, but from the creators of The Princess and the Frog and The Little Mermaid comes the greatest little mystery in history. And the diabolical Professor Ratigan kidnaps a master of disguise, Basil of Baker Street, and his trusted sidekick Dawson. That's supposed to be Watson, right? But it's Dawson. And Basil, I think the reason why his name is Basil is because of like Basil Rathbone, who is my personal favorite Sherlock Holmes from the black and white days. And it was Nigel Bruce, who was Watson in that one. Which kind of funny. Yeah, he lives on Baker Street, but he how can I put this? He lives in the little mouse hole, but it's within the complex of Sherlock Holmes's place. You see what I'm saying? So I just love that. It's been years since I've seen this one, and I don't think I have this in any capacity. So I'm so glad that I have this now. Oh, when this thing is live, is it live on my YouTube channel? I can't remember.
Yeah, it should be to whatever YouTube channel you linked it to.
I see. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can see you're live on.
Oh, okay. So that's cool. Okay. And people can type stuff if they like. Oh, look at this. We have Ty. For those of you folks who don't know, that's Dovahkiina Ty, who is a mod author from Skyrim. And, she does homes and stuff like that. And her real life job is an architect, basically like an architect. So that's why it's no surprise that she's outstanding in making, mod homes. Check out her Sea Dragon. Check out her latest one. There's Higher Hall. And then her latest one, of course, Winterberry Chateau, which I'm absolutely loving that place. Sorry for that shameless plug, but I just had to do it. Thank you so much, Ty, for showing up. Thank you. And she's part of our guild that we're part of. We're just checking out on you. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And hey, Slipcover. Yep. Sean.
Hello.
From our guild. And she hails from Brazil. Yeah. We have here The Rescuers. And The Rescuers Down Under, the sequel to Rescuers. it's been such a long time since I've seen this, so I remember almost nothing of these. I don't remember the names of the characters. I've seen them before. I think I remember liking the Rescuers just a little bit more than Rescuers Down Under, but I still like them both. So I can't really say too much about this one. Like I said, as it's been such a long time. Yeah, the Rescuers is like um, they I don't know. I don't remember anything. And I just know that the Rescuers Down Under, they go to Australia. That's what it's called, Down Under.
Yep.
So we got that one, and all of these with slips. This is absolutely amazing. And then, such awesome.
Yeah, I will say, almost all of them are used.
Oh no,
But
that's no problem.
but I checked all the discs, and there's only one that has like where the case is a bit broken, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you about it when you get to it. But like that one, I could see what you're holding right now. Look at that. That was brand new.
I know. I was about to bring that up. How it's still in the shrink wrap. And no,
Yeah.
I of course, I any kind of gift in any capacity, I'm perfectly great with, whether they're either hand me downs and especially if some of these were yours. I know you take absolute immaculate care of all your stuff, just like me. I've bought stuff in my collection where the case is already broken and it's brand new and still in the shrink, and I open it up and I discover that the case is cracked, completely cracked, like on the spine. So it's no problem to me. Yeah, and this is the Jungle Book limited release. It says here. I don't own.
Yep,
Jungle Book.
that is the one that was exclusive to Disney Movie Club for a time.
This one really.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. Okay. I mean, who doesn't love, the Jungle Book? Bareness. Oh God, excuse me. Bare Necessities. Louis. The Monkey King Louis. And then you got the snake. How he's trying to hypnotize Mowgli. To eat him. And then Shere Khan or something. Shere Khan.
There was Shere Khan.
Shere Khan, yeah, the lion or the tiger, Shere Khan. Absolutely love this. And then, of course, that ending was a little, There's even a sequel to the Jungle Book, the Jungle Book 2, where it picks up. Where I guess it's not spoiling anything. It's just old enough that everyone's had to have seen it. Is that it picks up after he left the jungle and he's in civilization, kind of like civilization for its time in the jungle, and he met that girl. So it kind of picks up from that. But this one, and I think this is the one that also has the two vultures in there.
Mm-hmm.
That one, yeah. So I just love this. I love all the music in Jungle Book. So great. I'll try to keep going because there's just too much, so much stuff to oh, Jesus. Okay.
That was one I was really surprised you didn't own.
Which one? Oh, The Sword and the Stone?
Yeah.
In and out. To and fro. Stop and go. That's what makes the world go round. In and out, thin and stout. You know the song, right? That's what makes the world go round. For every up, there is a down. For every there is a. Oh, for every two, there is a. He doesn't know. Fro, to and fro. Stop and go. Yeah, I just love this. Sword in the Stone is the story of King Arthur, and this is a young King Arthur right there. Of course, if you don't know Sword in the Stone, come on. This is, if you're into fantasy sword and sorcery stuff, Excalibur, and you can see him drawing the sword from the stone. And then, of course, you got Merlin. You got the owl Alcamini or something. I don't know how to pronounce Alcamini. Alcamini is the owl. Is Merlin's kind of pet friend. Great little guy. I love it all. And Merlin, he's a man, a wizard that spans across all time. So he's been everywhere, even in the future. Let me say that. And if you put something like that in a movie, sure, maybe it can be kind of, oh hey, thank you, Ty, for the singing. Yeah, she knows my singing. Damn, how come I never knew these movies? It's like they don't come to Brazil at all. Oh my God, you don't know any of these things like Sword and Stone. I man,
Yeah.
maybe we can try to discover a way for you can see that on like a website. You know, we'll try to see what we can do about that because you've got to check out. You know, these are like some of the Disney greats and all of these. I just love them ever since I'm a kid, and I'm still a kid now, just an old kid. You know, mentally. So yeah, the Sword and the Stone, a great iteration of the King Arthurian classic. Oh, this is have this has both of them. I guess one and two because it says two movie
Yep.
collection.
Yep.
This one with the very awesome, you know, and out there strolling by the sand. Give me one day out there like ordinary man who clearly walks about there just one day and then I swear I'll be content. I gotta be a little refrained here, but restrained. Anyways, yeah, and then the one that you know a lot from does it say the villain's name? I forgot his name.
It's Frollo.
Di Frollo.
The Hellfire.
Yeah, the Hellfire song. I love that song, but I never memorized it, and I grew to love it. Like it's one where back then I thought it was okay, and it was the out there song that I was mostly drawn to.
Yeah.
And even Esmeralda's song, voiced by Demi Moore, I thought was a pretty good one. God help the children, and downtrodden.
It
Even
was
though I didn't memorize.
God Help the Outcasts.
Oh, God help the outcasts, the poor and downtrodden. Yeah, great song. And you know, you have, of course, in true Disney fashion, you have the Gargoyles, which is the comedic relief of these. I thought I had no problems with the Gargoyles. I know some folks did. They were fine, but truly, the story is at with, you know, Quasimodo. He doesn't get the girl in this. No, he does not. But guess what? In the second one, he gets a girl of his own, if memory serves. And I did like them both. You know, it's reminiscent to me like Pocahontas. You know, with I don't know who voiced Pocahontas. I can't remember. Oh, no, I don't remember. But it's Mel Gibson who voiced. I forgot his name. Was his name like John or something like that?
Yeah,
John.
John.
Yeah,
Yeah,
John Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. She doesn't get John Smith. He like actually goes back. But in the second Pocahontas, uh, you know, she goes to visit him in London, is it, or somewhere in the European area where he's from,
Yeah.
and civilization, and she meets a man of her own. You know, there's a little jealousy with John Smith for a little bit, but she finally gets someone in there. And I mean, I know it's a little old fashioned, but I love it when I know nowadays it's like the woman doesn't need a man doesn't need a woman, and that's all fine and that's perfectly great. But when it comes to classic stories and tales, I love it to have that fairy tale like ending. Um, Avril Lavigne, that happy ending song. Let's talk this over. It's not like we're dead. You know the song? You were everything, everything that I wanted. We were meant to be, but we lost it. All the it away. There's so much for my happy ending. You know. Thanks. That was a great song. It's called Happy Ending. Go check it out. It's Avril Lavigne, and now we have Robin Hood. Look at that. Okay. Now this is great. That song, when the bear, who's I believe. Okay, this is the bear that was. I think this was the bear that was friends with Robin Hood, but there was another one. He was a tax collector bear, and he's singing the song that's making fun of King. I forgot his name. King, not King Richard. Richard was supposed to be the good one, but this king who sucks his thumb. You remember this one I'm talking about? And they're singing a song. It became a hit, and it's making fun of him. And this king gets mad, and whenever he's under great duress, this king, the bad one, he begins to suck his finger and pull on his ear like a baby, and it's so great. I mean, great music, the great story of Robin Hood, who robs from the rich and gives to the poor, or steals from the rich and gives to the poor, and of course his love, Marion. It's There's many different iterations of Robin Hood. Of course, you got the Kevin Costner one. You got I forgot the guy's name, but the guy from Sleeping with the Enemy. That guy, I think his name is like Bergman. Bergman maybe was his last name. If you look up Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts, that man that was in there, Bergman, he did a Robin Hood version, and I remember one line in that one where he cuts way back in the first fight, he cut the neck a little bit on the side of the tax collector guy, and it did finally heal. But Robin Hood, the Bergman one, the one from Sleeping with the Enemy, he encounters him again, and he says, "Go back to your king. Tell him that some wounds never heal." He reopens that wound that was healing. Some wounds never heal. And that was just a great, powerful scene, and I love that. He reopened that same cut that he some wounds never heal. Ouch! Wasn't there another Robin Hood film starring Mark Strong? That one, it was supposed to be like a real life version of Robin Hood that came out, within like, I want to say 5 to 7, 8 years ago. Kind of like what they did with the Anchois Fuqua, King Arthur. But yeah, that was a pretty good one as well. But I absolutely love Robin Hood. So thank you so much for that. And oh my God, I have a soft spot for this one. Fantasia and Fantasia 2000. Okay.
That one was a lucky find, as that set's not made anymore.
No, it is not. I remember Zero Nizarak. He got this as well. This is so many years ago, like nearly a decade ago. And he said he found this back then. And back then it was even rare to find this. And he found it in the corner. Oh, hold on, Ma. He found it in the corner somewhere. And then he got it, at a grocery store. And he was just very fortunate, of course, being that it was already out of print, even back then. So, thank you for this. And I even loved Fantasia 2000. Here, if you can see it a little bit better. This one is like classical, like with the first one, classical music, but set to all kinds of different kind of, cartoons. Let's to put it into layman's. But there's things about it. It's got great imagery, and I feel as if that it's a feast for both the eyes, the ears. Was it this one, or was it 2000 with the whales, and then there were the dancing hippos, and of course, come on, Apprentice Mickey. I have the doll of that, by the way, of the Apprentice Mickey, the stuffy, still in immaculate condition. But yeah, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I love that one. I know that at least the first one bombed or failed, did not do so well in the theaters. It's one where it started to get much greater renown after it came down, and years later with future generations and more generation of people that are outside of this generation when this came out, that it started to earn somewhat of a cult status, and now it's just beloved by everyone. And Fantasia 2000, I'm not too sure how that one fared in the box office, but I still like that one. Of course, with the critics saying it doesn't touch the first Fantasia. Of course, that may be fine, but I just still absolutely love both. And this one, something Mountain. I think it's called like Doom Mountain, or this one.
Bald Mountain, I think.
Bald Mountain. Yeah, with that demon over there.
Yep.
Oh, so great. Huge thank you for this. And I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but maybe you can see it. It's a bit thicker. Well, that is my favorite Disney movie when I was a child. Which one was Ty? Was your favorite?
I think she was referring to Hunchback.
Oh, the Hunchback. So you're very familiar with those songs, and Demi Moore, and I love that. And so many times out there, I watched a happy pair of lovers walking in the night. You know this one too? Sing it with
Yep.
me.
I don't know if I could.
Around them, it almost looked like heaven's light. I knew I'd never know that warm and loving glow, though I might wish with all my might. Oh, might? Yeah, yeah, because it rhymes with light. No face as hideous as my face was ever meant for heaven's light. But suddenly an angel has smiled at me and kissed my cheek without a trace of fright. I knew I'd never know that warm and loving glow. And as I ring these bells tonight, my cold dark tower seems so bright. I swear it must be heaven's light. And we got. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Come on, you know me, guys. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I don't have this one. I got the first one, and I've seen this one in theaters. And I got to tell you, I saw it with my uncle. We call him Tito Tony. My Tito is my uncle, Tito Tony, and we saw this in theaters. And I swear to you, I saw a little, during the wedding scene, he was crying a little bit. And I was just like, yeah, I was touched by that wedding scene. Nothing too sad for me. I don't, there's folks who cry at weddings. It really depends on the wedding. I don't really cry at weddings. I know it's a happy thing. I cry for movies like Nell or Wish Upon a Star, starring Katherine Hagel and Danielle Harris, stuff like that. But I just absolutely love it. And the first Maleficent brought a tear to my eye. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. when she was sleeping and, enchanted is it? And it just kisses her and nothing happens. But yet when Angelina Jolie, Maleficent, has starts saying, has a heart-to-heart to her, and then says, yeah, I'm really sorry this happened to you, and then kissed her, and then she woke up. Because, who says that it has to come from a man, and for a prince, it's just anyone who can love her. And I love that concept that they did and that little twist. And I got to tell you, Mistress of Evil was another great one. I can't maybe necessarily say it's better than the first one because the first one is the original story. This one, as far as I know, I think it's just a whole new sequel, like made up just for this, for Mistress of Evil. And it is a great one. It is action-packed. And sorry for the slight spoilers. Let's just say she comes across a whole race of elves, because I think she's not an elf, a fairy, a whole kind of race of fairies that is the same as she. So this is a great one, and it brings back old prejudices between man and the kind of like the fairy tale supernatural, not just fairies, but all the living beings of the enchanted forest. How man has like a fear to that, and I believe it was Michelle Pfeiffer who was the one who had this fear, and she was kind of instigating this fear and inciting this fear with the people. And Angelina Jolie just never looked any more beautiful. I mean, look at her, what a gorgeous thing. Very action packed, and I love why is it so thick? I see how
that's that's a digibook.
Yeah, so it looks
not really digibook, but it's like I think it's called a digipack.
Digipack. Yeah, we got Ellie Fanning over here. Now, you know what? See this guy who's a prince? He's not the same man. Brenton Thwaites was in the first one. He was the prince, so I don't know what happened. Maybe because he's doing like Titans now and stuff. But they got some other guy to play the prince. And this is what I'm talking about, you see. I believe this dude here, who's the same race as Angelina, I know this actor, and I think he kind of his name is like Chitwa, something like that. Is there like I don't see it, but he was in Doctor Strange, I believe. I think he played what is that guy's name, Mordo, and I believe it's the same guy who was the evil martial artist in Serenity, and there's a movie called Serenity. That's a movie of the series Firefly. So I think, and he was the villain, the martial arts villain in that one. And of course we have the beautiful Michelle Pfeiffer, always beautiful. She may be evil, but she's absolutely gorgeous. Come on, people. Huge thank you. So now I have both Maleficent.
Yep. And that one is the Target exclusive.
Yeah, okay. See, I haven't been out. I do go out, but I'm not. But as of late, I haven't been going out shopping and doing like those out and abouts like a whole lot. The last one I did, which I didn't even upload because it's still on my laptop, is at Barnes and Nobles, and I still have to do that. Oh my God, I see it. One I haven't seen.
There might be a couple in there you haven't seen.
Oh yeah, I'll grab them both because they kind of go well because I think they're more of the recent releases.
Yep.
Pixar's Soul, which I heard from you that this is actually very excellent, and I've just been meaning to see it, and I just never have. The last one that I've seen, I believe, that was kind of like a big thing is Onward, right, with the sword and sorcery theme.
Yeah.
That's quite some time now ago. And then, of course, Luca. So these two are some of the more recent ones that I've yet to see. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, and with you, Sean, is that I don't know what these are about. I mean, Soul, it looked like he's maybe a jazz player or something, and then this one, I don't know, a surfer kid. I'm not sure.
No, it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain, but it does have I would say Luca feels like a Studio Ghibli movie made by Pixar.
Really? And I
Yeah.
love Studio Ghibli. Hayao Miyazaki. Come on, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed Luca. It wasn't like the best of the best in terms of Pixar, but I thought it was quite good. I'd say it's like on par with Onward.
Okay, Luca. Okay, and I have a special place for Onward, being sword and sorcery, and I love my.
Well, I quite enjoyed Onward.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And come on, who didn't cry at the end, where he gave that chance to be with the father one last time? The chance that he kind of got, but the big brother didn't get, so he just gave it to him. I love that, and he's like kind of peering through it. Ty says that you must watch it, referring to Soul. Soul is so beautiful.
Yep. Yes, Soul is excellent. Like that might be one we need to watch because, like, at least for me, Soul is a 10.
What would you equate it to? Some of the past Pixar greats.
The most similar past Pixar would be Inside Out.
So Inside Out is probably
it's very similar in like concept of like taking abstract ideas of like philosophy and how humans I guess be like exist like they take those basic human functions and then kind of humanize them and like explain them in like a kind of fantastical way.
I love that. It like what's the word I'm looking for? Not an like an analogy or an analogram, or there's a word for that, and I can't remember that word, but I think it begins like it sounds like an analogram or an arithmogram or
anagram.
And is it called anagram? That's the word.
I'm not.
Anagram or analogy. maybe analogy is the word I'm looking for.
Right. It's like a symbol.
Yeah, like a symbolism, like it's trying to use this euphemism, like euphemism type thing. Is that the word? Euphemism. Are you familiar with that word? I heard that word before and used before.
Yeah.
And I think it would use in that sense. Where euphemism. Euphemism. You heard of that word?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. I learned these words and I sometimes I don't know if I'm using some of these high tech ones. Right. I do pride myself.
I don't think euphemism is the correct term.
It is not euphemism.
Yeah.
You know what that word is? What is it?
I just looked it up.
What is it?
It's just an indirect word or expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing.
And that's not it. Okay, let me put it to you this way. What I'm trying to say is kind of like what you're saying with the Inside Out and with like what it sounds like what Soul is. Let me put it to you this way, and maybe you know the word. Like what they did with Buffy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, of course, right?
Yeah.
They use it they use the symbolism of the monsters and the vampires that Buffy fights as the physical manifestation of the horrors of being a teen and growing up with being a teen and the troubles and the hardships that a teenager faces, in reality. But they use it as they put it in a form of vampires and monsters to show it as a physical thing to show. She described that, and you can tell I watch a lot of interviews, so that's how I got that. And there's that word they use, and I can't remember what that word is, but whatever that word is, it's that what I'm trying to say. That's so bad. Okay, we have The Incredibles. This is kind of thick, so I'm wondering now, is it just The Incredibles?
Yeah,
or is it,
okay. It's the original release.
Oh wow! Yeah,
because I think that's back when the Disney gave you digital copy discs.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
So I think there's maybe like three or four discs in there.
It says there's 3 discs, 2-disc Blu-ray plus DVD. Is what it says. I loved The Incredibles, and I even dug the second one where it was more centered around Elastigirl, where she kind of had more of like a James Bond kind of position. Right? She had to sneak around and do heroic stuff behind the husband's back. He was almost kind of set to the side, but it's still kind of funny, the things how he feels like left out. Because the thing that he envied most to do, she's getting the chance to do it, and he can't do it until when we kind of get to the end on that ship, and that was just freaking great. And that baby Jack, oh, I love that little thing because you remember they're crawling around the two. Girl and Dash, and then Jack is inside, kind of like the pipes, and then he becomes super fat, super big, the baby, and he falls through the thing, and he squashes the enemy. He begins crying, and I loved adorable things like that. So I just absolutely love Jack. But the first one, come on, with that bad guy who had no powers as a kid, wanting to join the Incredibles or something, or be like a sidekick or something.
He wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick.
Yeah, you see? Okay, now it's coming back to me. He wanted to be the
Go home, buddy. I work alone.
Yes, and he doesn't have any powers. So I love that he became an evil Iron Man. He used tech to become a supervillain. So I absolutely love that. And, if you look at it, the Incredibles, they all have powers. Mr. Incredible with the super strength, Elastigirl with the stretching, like Mr. Fantastic, and the upcoming Kamala Khan. And then you have, I think her name is Invisigirl?
Violet.
Or Violet. Okay, she has to become invisible.
And she has the force field.
And the force field. So it's very much like the Invisible Girl of Fantastic Four. This is basically like a Fantastic Four, but kind of change the powers around to who gets what. And then you have Dash, who's got the super speed. No one in Fantastic Four has the super speed. Jack, who has an amalgamation of everyone's kind of like powers and a bunch of other weird kind of powers. But absolutely love that. The Fantastic Four does have a baby called Ben Franklin, and he kind of grows up and he has like some really outrageous, goofy powers. But Ben Franklin. But anyways, I absolutely love The Incredibles and a sequel. And now, oh God, a movie I thought I had, but apparently. I had Monsters University because you saw it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was this. I love Monsters Inc. I love Boo.
Yep.
They called her Boo. I don't know what her real name was. I don't think it ever mentioned. I think he just called her Boo. And when she's in that kind of caterpillar monster kind of outfit, absolutely adorable. It just reminds me of My Little Hobbit and Lord of the Rings Online when she's wearing some of those costumes because she's short like a kid, and I dress her up like a badass. If it's on a normal sized person, they'll look like a badass. But you put it on a hobbit or a kid or something, it's going to look absolutely adorable, like a badass thing. Yeah, so that's just remind me of Boo.
Yeah, that's the one with where the case is a bit broken.
Well, it is okay. Like I said,
it was the only one I could find.
Oh yeah, I don't mind any of that. I think I see what you mean. You're talking about this little.
Yeah.
Does this case? Okay, because I don't even know what you call this thing.
I just call it the flipper.
The flipper tray, yes, kind of comes off, but it's no problem. I got stuff where it came in a mail and it's broken like that already. I love Monsters Inc. You know, you got Sully, you got Mike, you know, and the whole twist of, you know, they have to scare the children in order to suck up the power to power their world. And then they discover that laughter, sorry for the spoilers, but laughter is actually more powerful than the screams, you know, and I love that. And I think it was James Woods who played that, the villain, kind of like a henchman villain.
I don't know if it was James Woods. I don't think it was James Woods. It doesn't sound like him.
It wasn't James Woods.
Let's see.
Okay, maybe it wasn't.
No, it's James Coburn.
James Coburn was that Chameleon?
Oh, not the Chameleon. The Chameleon was Steve Buscemi.
Oh, Steve Buscemi. Okay, I love that guy. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought James Woods. Well, okay, Steve Buscemi. Yeah. So that it was a chameleon henchman, and then the spider monster was like the main threat in that one. But I just love this one. You know, it's an adorable film, and very near and dear to my heart. What I absolutely loved, you know, back in the day.
Yeah. I love the scene when Sully finally reunites with Boo at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even though he didn't stay, but you know, the whole thing about I got the piece of the door. I know you've been putting it together, but here's a final piece, and it worked. You don't see Sully, I think, at the end. I think the door just opens.
He opens the door. The movie ends on him smiling.
Oh, him smiling. Oh, that's what it was. You don't see the girl. You see him. That's what his perspective scene. No, or her perspective then, because what she sees, and you don't see the girl. I think she called him Teddy or something like that, or she had a name for him, like Teddy or something like that when he opened the door.
I think it was Teddy.
Teddy. Oh, I love that. I seen this a long time ago, Treasure Planet, and I absolutely love Treasure Planet.
Yep. That is probably for me. It's the most underrated. Like
it is.
Animated Disney film.
It is, and this guy here, I think he was the Redbeard of the thing. He was such a cool character. Oh.
Yep, the cyborg.
Yeah. He was great. I'm sorry, it doesn't zoom, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, this is like a sci-fi adaptation of, come on, Treasure Island. This is not to be confused with Titan AD. Have you heard of Titan AD, which is not?
I think I've heard of it.
Don Bluth. You did hear of it?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's okay, but this is superior.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's a sci-fi one too, the Titan AD, but it's not based off like a Treasure Island one. And this is just so great. Just like Atlantis, I love that one too. You know, I don't care what anyone says. I loved Atlantis, and the sequel to it that was okay. Milo's Revenge. I don't think it was called that, but Milo's.
I think it was Milo's Return.
Oh, Milo's Return. That's it. I thought that was, you know, they were both pretty good. You know, I enjoyed it. Oh, come on. You're in my heart. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Phil Collins.
That's probably one of the ones I watched the most as a kid. Loved it.
And I love the concept of how they wanted to make Tarzan a little bit different, so they wanted to make him like a surfer. Maybe not necessarily.
Yep. I love the concept of that.
Loved it.
Put your faith in what you must believe in. Two worlds, one family.
Yes. Well, you can keep going. I
don't know the whole song.
Oh,
it's like something. Let faith decide. The guide, something we seek.
You're in my heart. Yeah, I don't know why. There was a certain point where I think it might have been after Hunchback that I stopped memorizing the songs. I either got lazy or burnt out on memorizing all the Disney songs because so much was coming out. So I just I stopped there, you know, sadly. So that's why a lot of them, you know, the more recent ones, I don't remember. But when it comes to something like Lilo and Stitch, there's really no songs to remember. They're all Elvis Presley songs, and I love Elvis. You know, this is a great one. Clayton. the gun. Clayton. Oh, I love it. It's been years though since I've seen this, and I
Very,
absolutely.
very brutal demise of the villain in that too.
Oh yes. How did it go though? It's been a while.
He got hanged.
Oh, he got hanged. Oh, from the vines, right? From the
Yep.
trees. Yeah, that's kind of reminiscent to the way Mark Strong died in Sherlock Holmes, the first Sherlock Holmes movie starring uh, Robert Downey Jr. You know that one?
Yeah.
If you've seen that one, he hung too on the chains. And so, but for a cartoon, incredible. Yeah. But yeah, okay. It's been kind of a while, so I it's like not since like early 2000s did I see this. So I don't remember much, and that was really maybe one of the only times I know I've seen it like maybe a few times, but like I said, it's not since like the early 2000s that I last seen him. And then Hercules, this one is one where initially, like how sometimes you see a Disney trailer, or just any trailer, I should say, and you kind of feel like the film is going to suck and not be so good. And even though this may not be my absolute favorite of the Disneys, it's one that kind of grew on me a little bit. This is the one where James Woods was.
Yeah, that one had James Woods as Hades.
Yeah, that's James Woods. Maybe that's why I got confused. Zero to Hero. Maybe I didn't care so much for the songs either, but I was more into like, and I don't even know. Maybe it is Alan Menken, but who did the music? But I don't think it was. I feel like it doesn't sound like it was.
I'm not sure. I still enjoy the music, but not as much as the others. But I still enjoy it.
I have to see it again. This is like, part of my what I like. Part of the things that I like, because Hercules and Xena and Sword and Sorcery.
It was Alan Menken.
It is Alan Menken?
Yep.
Oh Jesus. Oh yeah. Experience Hercules, Disney's animated classic from the creators of Aladdin and The Little Mermaid, on Blu-ray, first time ever. Nominated for an Academy Award. Oh, okay. Original song, "Go the Distance." I can go the distance. That's this? This is Hercules? I can go the distance. Wait, this movie came out in 97?
Yeah.
I thought this was.
You thought that was the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson version or something?
No, but I thought this was like maybe 2003, 2004.
No.
In the 2000s, like early mid 2000s. 97. But I know that song. Yeah. I can go the distance. Because when I think 97, I still think that's within the era of like things like Lion King, Little Mermaid.
Yeah. The Hercules is still considered in that era.
It's not as good.
I mean, that's your opinion.
What happened? Okay. Yeah.
Well, like I believe the Renaissance ended with Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan. Maybe that was the last. And when did that one come out then? Tarzan.
99.
Yeah, I thought I saw 99. Yeah, You'll Be in My Heart. Yeah, 99. It almost seems as if this one should be 97. It seems like this should be 97. This should be like 2004 or something. But no, apparently not. It's just because of animation, the songs. It was just, I don't know. It didn't resonate with me for some reason, as some of the other ones did. And Mulan. Come on. Christina Aguilera's, but although, even though that's cool too, the Christina Aguilera Reflections, my personal favorite was the cartoon version in the movie when Mulan herself was singing Reflections. When will my reflection show who I am? And that's I don't have that song memorized for some odd reason. What year was this?
If I had to guess, it's like 97, 98.
Oh, something like that. Okay, so at a certain point, I just, for some reason, I don't know why, I got lazy again. Maybe there were certain eras where I got lazy to memorize the songs. But Reflections is one that I would have memorized, just like how I memorized Belle's song, her opening song, Little Mermaid, everything, all that. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, you know. So I don't know.
Yep.
This was so great. I love the characters. I love her group, her party that she kind of formed. I think the guy's name is Poe, kind of like the bigger guy who loves to eat.
Yeah.
I love all the music in here, and of course you got Mushu, the dragon, voiced by Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
He helped. Do I want to say differentiate, like kind of differentiate from just a regular like Asian kind of thing, because he's he added like a different flavor to it, to as like a like a polarizing difference between just the classical regular Asian thing and injecting his brand of humor, which I loved. Do you know what I mean? So it made it different from some of the the past ones, I thought, and I still love that. The cricket, come on, get out of here! You're gonna get people sick when he's in the soup of her thing in the rice of her soup. Oh, that was great. And come on, Khan, I think is in the Huns. Hun, I forgot the guy's name, but they made them more brutal, more menacing than in the Mulan movie adaptation, which I still liked. I know a lot of folks hated it. I still liked it, but come on, not as much as this. Jason Scott Lee as Khan. I don't know, I forgot his first name. Something Khan. Didn't go with the Hun thing for some reason. He just looks too nice, and he seemed too nice. It didn't seem. I mean, these guys, they was popping out like daisies. When you pop out of the snow, and they were like, and oh, what's that?
For you.
Oh, for me. I'll take. What's that for?
Tita Lita.
Tita Lita? Where's Tita Lita?
She's not here.
She's here?
Yeah.
She want to watch something later? Okay, so hold on. Is she still here?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on to make sure Tita Lita still stays here. Yeah, it's kind of like our aunties here, Tita Lita. So this is great, and she just gave me $10. Okay, so that, I guess it's like a Christmas thing. So this is so great. So once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go out there to greet her and stuff. But this is great. There's just so much. If she's gonna stay for a while too, maybe I don't know. Maybe she wants to watch like a drama or something. But next time we should see Soul, and I want to see Soul. Maybe you want to plan that on for tomorrow to see Soul.
Yeah, we can try it.
We'll try to hit that tomorrow. Okay. Thor Ragnarok. Is this the one with the sister? Thor's sister? I don't have this one, and I'm so glad I do, because I think was the Thor before this one, the Dark Elves, Dark World or something. That one I like too, but this one I absolutely love. Kate Blanchett as the sister, menacing. I just absolutely love that. You don't remind me of father at all, and takes out his eye. Now you're starting to look like father, right? Because now missing eye. This was a great one, guys. And this is one where you kind of see more of Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, the bond a bit more with Thor, although you have that same sinister side of Loki trying to was this the film, and then Hulk was in it? He goes to some other planet.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, then that's the one. Okay. And then Loki tried to betray them at the end, near the middle, when they're trying to jack a ship. And then he was going to collect the reward money, but then I think somehow Thor got out of it and got the upper hand and knocked him out. Yeah, he put the thing on there and shocked him. Just a great one, and then you met the other aliens like Krog, I think, or Krog.
I think it was Korg.
Huh?
Korg.
Oh, Cord. Yeah, Cord. That's it. Oh, I loved it. And the girl who played the Valkyrie.
Tessa Thompson, I think.
Tessa Thompson. Fantastic actress, because I can't remember. I can't quite place my finger on it. I've seen her in something other than this. Maybe even a couple things, 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, she was in Creed.
Oh, Creed. Yeah, she was great in that. So there's the other film, and there was like another thing that I've seen her in that I thought she was fantastic in as well. And yeah, Tessa Thompson. And then her character in here, I forgot her name. But and he had Carl Urban as the executioner. He was the executioner for and there's a character called the Executioner. He's in the comics too. As a matter of fact, also, I fought him in Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. He was teamed up with the Enchantress, when I went to Asgard in that game. But yeah, this is so great. So thank you so much for Ragnarok. I absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to Love and Thunder. And doesn't Natalie Portman come back? And she decided to come back because she's going to be a Thor, a female Thor, and she's probably going to be the one to heal Mjolnir, right? Because that's do they still have Mjolnir? I think they still have that. Or did he return it? But I'm not too sure. But he was wielding two of them. Oh, dear Lord. And I know this is the original release of it, Cinematic Universe. I remember seeing this edition. And I remember seeing this edition when I still had a family video. And they had this there for rent. Not for sale, but for rent. This is like the original release of Doctor Strange. I don't think you can get it like this anymore.
That's the 3D edition.
Oh, the 3D. That's why it comes out looking like this. Yeah, and because, see, this slipcover is different. It's a plastic thing, you see? And I envied that. I loved it. And I love the smell of it, too. Yeah, I love the smell, Oh, I really do. I love it when things smell like that. Yeah, this is great. This is one of those things, as you can see, it's transparent, the portal. So, and then when you put this, you can see behind it, the image, you can see through it. So absolutely love this one. I know there are some folks who didn't care for Doctor Strange. I thought it was pretty good. I still enjoy this one. I thought that they tried to squeeze in, like, I guess, too much of the physicality of it, with the fighting and too much of the running. And when him running, it just didn't look right. Doctor Strange, like I know from in the games and stuff like that, he kind of floats, So to see them when they're always running, and Doctor Strange running wearing that cape, it looked a little bit goofy to me. Aside from that, I thought it was still pretty good. And
I think the Doctor Strange sequel is going to be quite good.
As do I. And I don't think we're going to see so much running like they did with this. It's going to be, when I see Doctor Strange, I want to see more of the magic. You notice, like when you see Doctor Strange later in like the Avengers films, Endgame and stuff like that, he's either just walking like he should be, or when he moves, he either floats or he comes out of a portal, but no running. And when he was fighting Spider-Man, did you see?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
So you saw, when he's fighting Spider-Man, see, he's always floating. He floats. The guy floats. He doesn't run and then wield a weapon so much, and he starts engaging you in hand to hand. I know I've talked about how I love the martial arts and stuff like that, but I love it when excuse me, when it makes sense. I don't want it to be too forced. I'll give you an example. I don't want to see Superman or Supergirl doing Wing Chun or Jeet Kune Do, doing Kung Fu and stuff hand to hand. You don't need to do that. If you have powers that you don't need to do the martial arts, then don't do it. Just let them do what they do, how they normally would do it. I'd rather see that. So with Doctor Strange, there was no need for so much of the physicality of the martial arts and the Kung Fu. He was really going full throttle, all out with his magics in Infinity War. Remember when he's fighting on the planet Titan, fighting Thanos, and he does this, and there's many arms, and he becomes a copy of himself, and then all the ropes are holding. People want to see shit like that, when it comes to Doctor Strange. You don't want to see Doctor Strange running up to him with a whip or like a chain thing and doing kung fu kicks. So they were trying a little too hard with that. Maybe that's why some folks didn't like it. But overall, I
think Sam Raimi will do justice.
Yes,
but like when in those Spider-Man movies, the action was always good.
In which one?
The Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies.
Oh, absolutely. With I'd say it even got even more better with the two sequels of the Sam Raimi ones. With Goblin was good, but to me it got better with and the best one to me is Spider-Man 2 against Doc Ock. Alfred Molina, and I thought to me is one of the pinnacle superhero flicks out there. Still absolutely one of the best. And now we can easily say it is canon to the rest of it because what we got in Far From Home, or not Far From Home, No Way Home, because now we saw all the this is where they kind of screwed up. I guess minor rant with like the DC stuff from CW channel, the CW network on TV, like Flash, Green Arrow, Legends. I'll just say this: this is where they messed up. They put that multiverse thing as well, even before they did it in Marvel, the MCU films, the films. But they messed up because they were pulling out ideas out of their ass. Like there's a character named Wells, right? And his name is Wells. And what they did was to differentiate him from different Wells. You had the regular Wells we know from Earth, whatever, Earth 23, whatever. I don't keep track of all that. Then he had another Wells who was like a Gandalf Wells. You had a cyborg Wells. You had like a wizard Wells, like I said. You had a French one with a strong French accent. You had different things, and it just became like a joke. It's real goofy. What's great about this multiverse, you don't necessarily have to make up crap. They're already existing. Just take what's already existing from the previous films, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans, and just integrate them into the MCU now. Therefore, you don't have to make up any lore, make up anything stupid or so goofy. You don't have to have like a wizard Spider-Man or something like that, or have a Spider-Man where what if he was French and he talks with a French accent, another one who was like German. There's no need for any of that. Just take what's already there, and the reason why they don't have to make it up because those films are there, the Sam Raimi ones, the Andrew Garfield ones. So there's the difference. So that's what I wanted to say. That's where they messed up on it. Oh my Lord. Okay, I'm at the bottom of this, and I think I went through all the Disney stuff. Oh Lord, you are far too kind. Okay. And let me say why. I'm going to put these up right now. Let me see. Hold on. I got to make a little bit of room, so hold on. All right, let me do that. I'll put these on my bed so I can just kind of transfer them over. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Wow, Sean. This is a recent film that I'd seen, and a friend of mine, Alex, I forgot his YouTube name, or Frenzy, I think it was like Frenzy Poo was his name, or is his name, and he does a lot of hangouts with Eric, known as Hey Internet Eric here, and check them out as well. Also great pair of gentlemen, and they know their movies. My eye just kind of caught a glance at what was underneath this one. I can't contain myself, but let's just say it has the word punch in it, but we're going to get to that one. Oh my God. Okay. This is The Green Knight, and it stars Dev Patel from, of course, Slumdog Millionaire fame, but I know him in some other stuff, and he's a very good actor, I think. The Green Knight is another, just like with The Sword and the Sorcerer, or The Sword and the Stone, Arthurian lore. Okay, this follows the story of, Gawain. Now, I can't recall. Sometimes I see different things. I think sometimes is he referred to as the Green Knight, because if memory serves, when I watched this,
no, he's not the Green Knight.
Yeah, he is not the Green Knight. It's that tree creature that wanted him to come to him. That he's the Green Knight. But I thought I saw something else or unless I'm mistaken it for something different where he's the Green Knight, or maybe I'm thinking something different. That's what I thought for this film, because he's not the Green Knight. It's that creature, the tree creature. And I love how they have like such an exaggerated element of a fantastical element of the what's deemed like the supernatural elements and the supernatural creatures in this film. You're never really too sure. Like there's a scene where you see giants, and just like with the tree creatures in this one, you're never too sure if it's just and there's like a scene with a ghost. I'll say you saw this, right?
Yeah.
With a ghost, and in fact, that one with the ghost stars that same actress that was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Oh, you saw that one too? Yeah, isn't that great? So it's so great. So yeah, you're never really too clear or too sure, because when you watch other King Arthur stuff, they don't really have creatures like that. There are no elves. There's no tree creatures. I think in like D&D and typically in the fantasy world, those tree creatures are known as dryads, like tree creatures, like a dryad, or maybe a spriggan. Those are like creatures of nature. Spriggans or like dryads and stuff like that. They don't have such creatures like that in Arthurian stories and lore. It's the most supernatural thing. Is you got Merlin, who's a sorcerer. You got Morgana, sorcerers and humans, and Excalibur, but you don't have elves, orcs. It's not like so fantastical like Lord of the Rings. In here, they kind of bring that to the table. They add more of the fantastical elements, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where it's kind of like a dryad creature. They don't call him dryad. They don't call it dryad, but that's like the Green Knight. And what it is, he wants, he fights him.
Yeah, he wants to play a Christmas game.
He wants to play a Christmas game. Yeah, and hey, this film is for Christmas, guys. Believe it or not, it's a Christmas film too. And that's the thing, so he wants to play that Christmas game. So he says, you get one strike, but then whatever. I don't know if I can't recall now if he says this later or at the end, but he says something like, "But I get
1 year hence that blow shall be returned hence."
Yeah, to you. So and he chopped off his head. So so I love that. I love the it's not really the philosophy, but like the fable behind that, kind of like it's like that type of a story, not necessarily one that has like a type of lesson, but that kind of mythology behind that, a mythos behind that. So I love that. You get strike me one, but that 1 year hence that same blow will be returned. That kind of thing. It's very poetic. We have Alicia Vikander in here. I think we have Edgar. I forgot his name. Edgar something. Edgarberg or Egerton. Joel
Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. He's also great as like a hunter, and takes him in. And Alicia Vikander is together with him.
Yeah, they had a lot of actors, and they had I can't remember his name, but he was in the last two Mission Impossible movies. He played the king. And
at the beginning, King Arthur.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw that old man before.
And one of the bandits was in he not only was he in Eternals, but he was also in Killing of a Sacred Deer. He was in Chernobyl.
Oh, hey.
He's been in a lot of smaller things.
Okay. That Chernobyl is one I would like to see, and I think Movie Mike brought that up to me, and he said it's a pretty good one, but it's not. Don't expect it to be like. It's not like supernatural creatures. Isn't it like a radiation?
No, it's a true to life telling.
Yeah. True to life telling. It's poisoning the people or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and he says there's something kind of eerie about it, and it's really good. He recommends seeing it, so I should check that one out. But Green Knight, guys, it's great. Like I said, you'll see like giants, you'll see dryads, you'll see like a ghost whose head was chopped off. I love that. That was pretty freaky. Let me say that. He's in the bed. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know, anyone was living here. I mean, the place looked like crap. It looked like it was like abandoned. Like, who the hell lives like this? And then he says, I think she said something, retrieve my body or something, retrieve something down in the water. He comes up and it's just like the skull left of the head, because it's been years since this happened, so she already decomposed, and she went up there and he like reconnected the head with the body. So stories like that, there's something very poetic of the telling of the stories, and those fantastical creatures in here. Like I said, you're not sure if it's just what he sees and it's just an exaggerated perspective on how he sees it, or if it's just really existing in this world. And maybe you can choose to see it however way you want. Maybe you want to see it as a different take on it, and it's a fantastical take. So these creatures do exist in this version, in this retelling of, of the Green Knight. I guess nowadays in this day and age where there's like multiverse and stuff like that. So it's not too out there, to think like that.
Yep.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the Green Knight. Now this one is one we had seen at least a few episodes or so of this. At least I think like 3 episodes, maybe
Yeah,
even
we
more.
saw I think the first 4.
The first 4 episodes. And I would not be opposed, to catching that every so often too, even to squeeze it in between something we're going to see. And I think it's just an absolutely hilarious anime called One Punch Man. Thank you so much for that. This is like your favorite season, you say, right? Because the second one.
Yeah, the second one, main issue with the second one is just not animated nearly as well. It looks a lot
Okay.
more like goofy. Like I don't know if that's a right term. Like
Like they took a lot of short.
it's like going from like it's like going from like the official Beauty and the Beast movie to like Enchanted Christmas.
Oh, it's like that, huh? Even though I still like Enchanted Christmas, I got to report. I do love those. I do love those
But the
sequels.
animation is nowhere near as good.
Okay. Okay. But One Punch Man, this is absolutely hilarious. And you know what? Can I leave it to you to kind of give a synopsis of what it is? I'll just briefly say it's a guy who trained very hard and is able to kill anyone with a single punch.
Yep, that's pretty much it. It's a just a normal everyday guy that decided one day he wanted to be a hero. So he trained for 2 years to the point where every single like foe or enemy or person that he fights against, he defeats them in one single punch. And it's gotten to the point where he has like no thrill in it anymore.
Right.
Like there's no thrill in in fighting all these bad guys.
He's very
'Cause it's
indifferent to it now when he
Yeah.
fights, you know. But he does have a fan. I think it was like a cyborg creature.
Yeah,
What's that
Genos,
one?
who wants who he was like wants wants him to be his like his he wants to be his apprentice
Yeah,
because he wants to learn his ways. He wants to become stronger.
yeah. And I like that character. It kind of changed things up a little bit,
Yeah.
changed the dynamic
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
before.
Genos is more or less like he is meant to symbolize like the staple like hero, I guess how you say it, like in any other like film or TV show he'd be someone like Captain America.
Yeah, like a
Or
stereotypical hero. Okay.
yeah, like he's the one where he's like he does it for justice. He always wants to get stronger.
Yeah.
And
that really is like what Captain America is. He is people like Captain America and even Superman, although to an exponentially, insanely a godly degree. They're kind of like the same, like type of motive, the same stereotypical type of a superhero
yeah,
for America and very patriotic and stuff like that, and always do the right thing kind of thing.
but One Punch Man is definitely more like a riff on shonen anime, which you know what that is? What shonen is?
Shonen. No,
It's just a genre of anime that it pretty much means just I guess it's just comic book style anime, pretty much.
okay.
Like the TV show My Hero Academia. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, that one is like that one is like straight up by the books shonen, and it's literally at least if you see a couple of them, you start to notice the trends. Whereas like the main characters always starts from a zero, like a complete zero, and then as the series progresses, by the end of the series, they're like the hero.
Yeah, I got it.
So like in
what it was called that, but okay.
So in My Hero Academia, in that show, the whole world centers around like there's these things called quirks, which just means superpowers. Everybody has their own quirk or their own superpower.
Quirk, okay.
But our main character was born quirkless. He has no superpower. He's like an outcast.
Oh, geez.
But ever since a kid, he always wanted to become a superhero. And I don't think it's really a spoiler. It literally happens at the end of the very first episode. Literally the most powerful hero in the whole world comes across the kid and is like, I like your spirit, boy. And he decides to pass on his quirk to him, because that hero is dying, and he wants to pass on his power to someone worthy before he dies.
Reminds me of like Ninja 3 Domination, when the ninja was dying, although not quite for that intention. His body was dying, the evil ninja. So what did he do? He transferred his evil spirit and ninja powers into Lucinda Dickey's character, and then he passed on.
But yeah, My Hero is very much by the books. That and a lot of shonen animes like to use school as a setting. They're usually focused around younger people. So
okay.
So in My Hero Academia, the reason why it's called that is it stands for Hero Academy.
Hero Academy.
They're going to a hero school.
Sky High.
Yeah, kind of like Sky High in a way.
Sky High.
Except they're not learning basic school things. It's all hero stuff.
Hero. Okay.
My Hero is interesting. If it is definitely a bit cliche.
Yeah.
But it's fun. And One Punch Man is very much riff on those kinds of shows. Like that's why you see as the first season progresses, his whole the main character's goal is to become recognized.
Right.
Because he's seen as a nobody, even though he's the most powerful being in the whole universe.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody knows who he is.
No. Yeah, that's right. When like on the news, there was almost like no mention of him or anything like that.
Yeah.
He would get pissed off. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Does this not have like the digital to put in, or I still have to see it?
It's no digital copy in there.
So I gotta So when we do see it, we'll see it like that online. I'll see it online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's just one left.
2 left.
Oh.
Yeah, this last one also super impressive as well. Equally impressive. Pretty much. I mean, all of this is great, but this one and like with that Green Knight. Oh, and it's the last one, literally in the bottom. I think I don't know if this was a specific order that you put it in, but this is a Studio Ghibli title. I've never seen it. I've never seen the film, but I've seen this like lurking around, in stores when I go. The Wind Rises. Is this a Hayao Miyazaki film?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Hayao Miyazaki's last film, but he recently just said he's coming back for another film.
Well, hey.
So he's kind of like I guess he's like Tarantino or like those people who say they're always my next one it will be my last film, and then like 5 years later they're like I'm coming back.
But you know what? I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
It also depends on the person. Some people can almost like, I guess you can say, wear out the welcome kind of thing. But like I know with Tarantino, he's always coming back. And even though the films that he's made later on, I still like them. Things like, Django, things like Hateful Eight. But
I still love them all.
Yeah, I still, I guess I can say I still, if I had to pick love or hate, of course, I still love them all. But I feel like now, I think for me, I feel like his formula was fit more in the times when he kind of first started in like the early 90s, and throughout the 90s. And now it's now it feels like it's more of like niche kind of, certain kind of people for now kind of love it. Whereas back then in the 90s, everyone jumped on that, and loved it, that kind of thing. That's not bad or anything, but I'm just saying that's what I feel. And I feel like maybe his ideas are starting to kind of wear a little thin, so maybe they're not as good. It's kind of like with Tim Burton, how, he's got like a goofy, quirky kind of way of directing and kind of like a quirky way of what he comes up with, his stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm coming back out. After I show these last two, I think I better go because like I said, my Tita's an aunt.
Yeah.
The one who gave me the pen. But okay. So The Wind Rises, and it looks like we got voices by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. We have John Krasinski. We have Emily Blunt, Martin Short, Stanley Tucci, Mandy Patinkin, if you've ever seen Princess Bride, come on, and William H. Macy. I love that guy. I think John Krasinski, I don't really know too much. Stanley Tucci.
Oh, John Krasinski was Jim on The Office.
I never saw The Office. So I don't know.
He also directs those Quiet Place movies.
Oh!
And he was in the first one.
Was he the husband?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy. Okay, so that's why I saw that name. Okay, so yeah, The Quiet Place was quite good, and as the second one I still thought was good too. And Emily Blunt, come on, Huntsman, the second Huntsman movie, and then Martin Short, love that guy. Come on, Captain Ron, the Santa Claus 3, Stanley Tucci, those Lovely Bones, and Captain America. Come on, great guy. And I think he was in like some of the Transformer films. Mandy Patinkin, of course, he sings, but he's also the Princess Bride. So, okay, hold on. I don't know what really this is about, but I mean, flying and designing beautiful airplanes, inspired by the famous Italian aeronautical designer Caproni. Nearsighted and unable to be a pilot, he becomes one of the world's most accomplished airplane designers, experiencing key historical events in an epic tale of love, perseverance, and challenging of living and making choices in a turbulent world. Okay. I love that. I like that.
It is. I mean, it's Studio Ghibli, so expect very, very beautiful animation.
Gorgeous animation, much like Castle in the Sky. If you haven't seen that one, that's another one we should also hit together. So, like, in addition to Soul, we should hit Castle in the Sky as well.
I have it. I mean, I have all the Ghibli films except for Tales from Earthsea.
Okay. This one, let me just give you a clue what this is. Let me put it to you. Let me put this in perspective for you. You got a lot of enemies. Or no, you kill a bunch of cops. And you make a lot of my friends nervous. And a lot of people would like to see a guy like me put a guy like you out of business. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not making myself clear.
We discussed this film on the last episode of the Top 75.
Come on.
Yep.
You burned the fucking money. Can you fly, Bobby? Look at my fucking face. It's all scarred up from what is this shit? Listen to me. There's a big guy behind me. His name is Dick Jones. He's the owner of OCP. Do you hear me? Dick Jones. You can't kill me. You're a cop, right? You're a cop. Yes, I'm a cop. Book him. What's the charge? He's a cop killer, right? Come on, Robocop. Oh, I just love this. And OCP, come on. Whatever he's paying you, I'll double it. Bitches leave, right? When they're snorting up cocaine.
Yep.
This is the Aero edition, and it looks like it's like the first release because it looks like it comes with a booklet or something. And here we go. We have, this is just fantastic. Look at this edition. We have the regular jewel case of Robocop. Come on. Paul Verhoeven classic. 87, I believe, was when that came out. Quite brutal, especially for its time when it came out. But I believe if this comes with the totally unedited version, you can see a lot more blood and gore in that one. And this one comes with what looks to be a poster, as well as this beautiful booklet with a bunch of lovely essays in there and photographs from the film. This is just, oh my God, amazing. Peter Weller was in the first two Robocops, and he didn't come back for the third one where he fights like a ninja robot thing, and it went down to PG-13, not nearly as ultra violent. and
Yeah.
he didn't want to come back because he didn't like wearing that suit. It was very uncomfortable for him. So there's just a little fun fact about that. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me put it this way. And Robocop is the final one in here, and I've got to thank you, man. I mean, this is extremely. Hold on, I'm just trying to put this away. There we go. Having issues here. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. All right. This was exceedingly generous of you to send me this treasure trove of just wonderful, not only Disney goodness, but cinematic goodness, all around. So thank you. And I forgot to mention Nancy Allen. Yeah. If you've seen Carrie, with John Travolta, she was in there as kind of like the bitchy person. You got Ronnie Cox in here. He was Dick Jones right over there. So yeah, I just thought it's worth bringing those two up. But yeah, Nancy Allen, and she was also in Travolta film called Blowout, and that's on Criterion, and a great one.
Yep.
There's just so much. I can't grab it all and hold it on
It'd be a big old stack.
It'll be a big old stack, and then it's going to topple over, and that would not be cool. I want to thank you again, Sean, for just not only being my friend, especially being my friend, my very, very dear friend, longtime friend, but then also for sending, your generosity of sending me all this stuff, all these films, especially all the Disney stuff. The Robocop, I mean everything. I mean, and the One Punch Man, which is something kind of like, I guess, our new obsession, or at least kind of like my new obsession now, ever since you introduced it to me. And the Green Knight. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, Slipcover King. Head on over to his channel. I'm going to leave the link down below, or just do a search for him. He's got the same face on there, of Daniel Radcliffe, and yeah, so please head on over, subscribe to him, and if you're also interested in joining the Adventurers Guild, we got a lot of nice people in there, cool people. Sean and I are a part of it. Ty is a part of it, and just you'll see the link somewhere on my channel in the banner, or check the about page, and you can also join the Adventurers Guild. So again, thank you so much, Sean. Merry Christmas.
Yes, no problem.
It's coming. Okay, so
yeah, like I said, most of that was from like one place. Like that, I was telling you about how like I was waiting to like get your stuff together, because it's like there was one place I was wanting to head to, because I was like I had a feeling they'd have a bunch of the stuff that was on the list.
Yeah.
And yet that's all those Disneys. All those Disneys came from there.
That's fantastic. I'm very grateful, and what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very grateful, and
the only one I couldn't get was the Ichabod and Mr. Toad. That one I couldn't get.
Yes. Yeah, and that one I don't have, but I'll get that one eventually. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the double pack with the Fun and Fancy Free is like now out of print. So it's harder to find.
Ooh. Oh, the Mr. Toad one is out of print?
The one that comes with both Ichabod and Mr. Toad and the Fun and Fancy Free.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, when you get that pack. But the Mr. Toad and Ichabod can still get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my aunt there, so I better say something. I guess that's why she didn't leave. She's like waiting and stuff and want to spend a little time with me. So I'm going to end this recording now. And any closing comments, closing words, Sean?
Everybody go out and watch West Side Story.
Yes. I've got to see that. And I think I will.
Yeah, it's instant classic.
Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. Yep. And Merry Christmas, everyone. See ya.
Merry Christmas.